Pro sports are making their way back this week, and the NFL teams are starting training camp. Major League Baseball scheduled to open on Thursday.
Yeah, but college sports are still very much up in the air. At the University of Indianapolis, they're taking things one step at a time. Brad Brown has a closer look in our Sports Extra Spotlight.
Slowly and cautiously, the UIndy campus is starting to come back to life as the first group of fall sports athletes are getting back to work.
If we can show that we can fully operate during this time frame, that's going to be a really good footprint to operate with once the fall sports come back.
Scott Young will be taking over as UIndy's Director of Athletics on September 1st. He is overseeing what will be a weeks-long process of getting players and coaches back in action.
We're provided guidelines by the state of Indiana, by Marion County, by the University of Indianapolis, and as long as we can operate within those guidelines, we can be creative in allowing our student athletes opportunities.
The multi-layered approach comes from a couple of angles. First is the now standard practices of wearing masks during downtime and extra sanitizing of facilities.
The new protocols that have been put in place by our athletic training staff and team physicians are they're minorly inconvenient. So the temperature checks, we have a daily health questionnaire that the girls fill out.
The other comes in the form of timing. Teams are returning only on certain weeks and upperclassmen only before freshmen come to campus.
We're asking our athletes to kind of try and stay quarantined as best possible and still live their lives, but do their best to try and avoid the big groups and all that. And so far, it's been great.
For the teams that are already working, it's also a numbers game. Football workouts that may have previously included half the team are now reduced to groups of 10 or less.
The biggest challenge, as I think it has been for everybody else, is that just as soon as you have something in place and you have all the answers, then the protocols change and then the systems change.
We're all anxious to get back, and so we want to do what we can to follow those rules so that way we can continue to move forward.
And there are still so many questions to be answered. Seasons may be delayed, conference games only, perhaps moving all of this to the spring.
Everybody's been gone, but they're also very understanding that the decisions we make now will make major impacts on our fall seasons.
And that's pretty much the mood for now. Be ready for anything, even if that anything ends up being nothing for now. Brad Brown, RTV 6 Sports.